Last night we had a bunch of games, obviously with All-Star Weekend right around the corner. They flooded us. Anywhere y'all want to start in particular, we had a lot. Matter of fact, I know the perfect place to start for us. My Knicks had a 49-point win against the Philadelphia 76ers. This was a game where the Sixers did not have Joel Embiid. They did not have Paul George. 32 for Maxey. The 76ers shot 18% from three, had 18 turnovers. Big game from Cat, 21-11. A night where my guy Brunson only needed 8 points. Jose Alvarado, like we talked about in the opener section of the show, 26 points, 5 of 8 from three, 5 steals. Mitchell Robinson, 4 blocks. Thoughts, feelings on his game, and more importantly, what are y'all looking for from the Philadelphia 76ers post All-Star break? Because I feel like they were one of the teams, like when we can talk about the Knicks or whatever, but the Sixers were a team that all of us was like, man, Embiid slowly getting healthy, Paul George kind of getting healthy, Maxey taking another step. Yeah. This could be a team quietly. Are y'all still feeling that probably like 3 or 4 weeks removed, or have that slowed down for you?
It has slowed down a little bit. It really just boils down to when they can be on the court. I know that's like the easy kind of thing to say. I've been a little bit skeptical of what Nick Nurse has just been doing coaching-wise, but I also give him some grace because it's hard to game plan.
Which part?
Just making adjustments and being able to, like, make changes throughout the game, especially when the offense is struggling. But it's hard to do that when you're just missing your top guys. Every other game or one game you got them and next 2 games you don't. It's hard just constantly making adjustments, especially when we learn that teams don't always just have that practice time during the season.
Yes.
So I do dial it back a little bit, but I'm still got that feeling if they're on the court, Joel Embiid at least, he has been all NBA when he's there.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it kind of the feeling of them being that dangerous team kind of went away once Paul George went out. Just because 25 games without Paul George is huge, and they were starting to actually play really good with him, and he was getting his rhythm. Joel was playing well, and like Maxey was playing well. So like they had their trio playing good at the same time, and we already know Joel Embiid is day to day. We never know when he's playing, but to now for sure not have Paul George for 25 games, that's just a big blow. So it's been a little iffy for me on them.
I'm going to dig deeper, too, with them because they could use a punch off the bench, some type of scoring. They traded that guy away for some draft capital. They said they were going to flip to try to bring somebody in. They didn't bring nobody in.
And Embiid wanted them to. I see, you know what I mean? Like, the one thing about the Eastern Conference that I will say is when you look at Detroit, Boston, New York, and Cleveland, who are the top 4 seeds out there.
Yeah.
Detroit is 8-2 in their last 10. Boston is 7-3. New York is 8-2. Cleveland is 9-1 and officially 3-0 in the James Harden era. We'll talk about some of these other teams in a second. But like that top 4 is kind of getting it together. They're getting it together. The Raptors have failed now to the 5th seed. The Sixers are right behind them. Now below those teams in that play-in spot, it looks like some teams that ain't really doing the best, right? Orlando is 5-5 in their last 10, haven't been able to consistently just get on track. I feel like they'll win a game, lose a game, win 2, lose 3. Like they're going back and forth as they wait for their team to get finally fully healthy because Franz is still in a minutes restriction. You got Miami, who's 5-5 in their last 10, kind of in the same predicament where they're winning 1, losing 1, winning 2, losing 2. But then you have this scorching hot young Charlotte Hornets team who is also 9-1 in their last 10. Yeah. But then below them is struggling Atlanta team. So it feels like even at the worst, Philadelphia might just be able to cruise and avoid the play-in even without Paul George because these other teams just can't get it together. And the only team that is kind of putting it together is a team that is still
too far away.
Yeah, 4.5 games back. So the Philadelphia 76ers would have to really plummet. And the Hornets would have to stay unbeatable for that to really happen. So I think that there's a unique comfort there for them. But then that also means that the opening round is New York or Boston for Philadelphia, which, is an uphill battle. I think they would prefer to be pushing towards home court advantage, 4th seed or whatnot. Another game that we did have last night, speaking on hot teams, the Hornets did beat the Hawks 110-107. Brandon Miller, 31-9. Interesting, the Hornets attempted 88 shots. 51 of them were threes. LaMelo had an additional 24. And between Knickel, LaMelo, and Brandon Miller, they went 16 of 39 from three. Those three.
I'm trying to do the math. I know Con at 18, Brandon at 31, and you said LaMelo at 24.
So LaMelo shot 7 of 18 from three, and Con went 4 of 7 from three, and then I think Brandon Miller had a bunch of threes as well.
Yeah, Brandon Miller also had a post in this game on Nyaka Okongwu.
Uh-oh.
So, like, Brandon Miller's been putting it all together, man.
All-star level play.
He's putting together the stretch that I think KB has said that he think he could do, and he's showing why he was the number 1 overall pick. I mean, number 2 overall pick, my bad. Number 2 overall pick.
Yeah, and I'm seeing something with the Hornets, too. I think there's a lot of conversations that's always been around LaMelo of just how can we incorporate his play style into a real legit offense. He's kind of doing that right now, and you still see some of the circus shots that you sometimes go in and it looks super heroic, but I love the movement and just having him as a pick-and-roll guy. They have so much space in that it's like, we're just going to pick on guys, and we're going to try to get our shooters open. He's been doing a really good job of just getting to the paint and making different plays. I'm seeing a little version of LaMelo that could really be, valuable to other teams too, just talking about his value across the league.
It's kind of crazy that Atlanta has kind of went on this downward spiral.
Mm-hmm.
They've never gotten it together. It started like 5 games before Trae Young had came back, and when he did come back, people were starting to blame him, but he got traded and this shit never got fixed. It's still just spiraling downward. It's kind of unfortunate because this was a team that was out of the play-in at one point this season, and now they're the 10th seed. They're just so lucky that the teams below them are just so bad that they're not going to fall out of that. They're just going to pretty much just be the 10th seed this year.
Yeah, I didn't really think that once they traded Trae Young that they were going to be a team that put it together well.
How did y'all feel about the suspensions that got handed out? Speaking of the Hornets, Isaiah Stewart 7 games. Hornets, Miles Bridges and Diabate 4 games, and then Jalen Duren, I think, got 2.
Yeah, it all made sense. It seemed like it was just going to happen. The league was going to hold them accountable.
No, it's not about the suspension happening. It's about
the length,
the severity of the suspension.
I thought it was all warranted. I mean, Isaiah Stewart came off the bench. You're not supposed to come off the bench anyway.
What about Diabate getting 4 and Duren getting 2?
Diabate, maybe that is a little bit more because Duren did like mush him in the face. So for Diabate to get more.
Yeah.
When Duren escalated it, that is kind of
Diabate did kept like aggressing and trying to
Yeah, he
escalate
did.
the
Him
situation.
extending it is
It
what
died
got
down and he
beef
went
stew
back
on the
to
court.
it.
Yeah. So I felt that. The Cavs, 138 against the Wizards, 113. 3-0 in the James Harden era. They're on a 5-game winning streak. We have a game with Sam Merrill went 9 of 10 from 3 with 32 points. Donovan Mitchell had an additional 30. James Harden had a double-double with 13 and 11. Only took 4 shots, had 12 free throws. And the Wizards started Jameer Watkins at center, who was 6'6".
The vibes was high.
Vibes are so high.
I know James Harden got to feel so good that he just had a game where you said he scored 11 points.
13 points,
11
assists.
And 11 assists.
4 shot attempts.
And he didn't have to do nothing crazy. Like, he just had to just go out there and just play and facilitate and just
I like how
be within the flow of the offense.
they use him differently, too, than just, like, always pick and roll.
Yeah.
There was times where there's kind of loading, like, having him heavy on one, like, he's got his ISO side where he's posting up or having some type of action. And then they have Donovan Mitchell coming off other stuff, or they have Jarrett Allen diving. And he's just so talented as a passer. He can just make things happen. Jarrett Allen has been averaging like 23, 24 points since James Harden has got there. So you're only going to just add another weapon once Evan Mobley come. And I'm liking – it was the Wizards, but I do like the defense that they could play at times too, especially when Evan Mobley gets back.
Looking at them, seeing them on this 5-game winning streak, 9-1 in their last 10, kind of peaking at the right time. They are only, 7 games back from the Detroit Pistons. Seems like a lot, but in that second half with a team that's rolling like this, not that they'll necessarily catch them, but they want to get as close as possible. And they're only, a game behind the Knicks, a game and a half behind the Boston Celtics. They could easily become the 2nd seed out east and change their entire season around, because this was a team that we was all saying, hey, it's disappointing. Are they the scariest team in the Eastern Conference right now for y'all as we head into the second half of the season?
Yeah, because that backcourt is lethal. I think they definitely are. Because when you think about how to defend that backcourt, you kind of don't really have an answer. I mean, people haven't had an answer to guard either one of those dudes over the last few years. So now putting them together, and they're always going to have this passing dynamic and scoring dynamic, I think they're lethal. I think they're one of the more dangerous things out east.
Yeah, because I think you fear Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs. It's everybody else, but James Harden makes everybody else fearful. So I feel like that's a good recipe.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.